In this video we're going to look at Judy's Magic Cast On, which is a brilliant way of casting on when you want a closed end, such as for knitting socks from the toe up. As usual, we're going to start with the slip knot, but we do need a fairly decent length of the tail end on this one. So we're going to start with the slip knot, and we're going to put it onto one needle tip. We're going to need circular needles. Usually the longer the better where the circular needles are concerned, but I find that these 80cm ones are long enough for socks. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to put our finger, our forefinger and our thumb in between the two layers, with our finger going over the tail end and our thumb going over the working end. And we're going to hold them closed with our other three fingers. Now, we're going to be weaving a figure of 8 with these two yarns. So we're going to go under the front needle, over and through the middle, and with the thumb we're going to go under the back needle, over and through the middle. And we're just going to keep alternating. The finger goes over the front, wrap it round through the middle, the thumb over the back, wrap it round through the middle, and the finger, and then the thumb, the finger, and then the thumb. And I'm just going to cast on 12 stitches, so I have 6 on each needle. So if you're told to cast on 12 stitches, you need to remember that that's going to be split between the two needles. So you can see I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is the outside of a sock when you start, and when I turn it over you can see we've got what looks like a row of purl stitches, and it's just the way we've wrapped the yarn. So once we've got our cast on like this, we're going to turn the work over, and we're going to catch this tail end by bringing it to the front, holding it across these row of bumps, and then we're going to turn the work so that the knit side is facing us. The yarn needs to be coming out through the middle at the back. I'm now going to pull the bottom needle through so the stitches go onto the cable. I keep my fingers in the loop. It just stops when you've got a lot of work, this from closing over. And then I'm going to start knitting, so I'm going to put my needle in, just going to hold my yarn as I usually do, and I'm going to knit to the end of the row, or the end of the first needle. I keep saying row, but actually we're working in rounds now because we're doing circular knitting. Okay, so that's the first 6 stitches knitted, sorry. I turn it round again. Now the work I've just done is now on the back needle, again keeping the yarn up at the back, 2 fingers in the loop. I'm going to pull that needle through, so the unworked stitches are now going to gently slide onto the front needle, and now I'm going to knit these stitches here, these 6, and that's it. Judy's Magic Cast On really is as simple as that. It's just simply wrapping the yarn, and then you just go straight into your knitting. And if I just finish these 2 stitches here, I can show you this now would be the outside of your work if you're knitting a pair of socks, and this side here would be the inside. And as you can see, you've got 3 rows of garter stitch. In effect though, or in reality, the middle row is where you've cast on by just looping it backwards and forwards, but it looks exactly the same as a garter stitch. So there you go, Judy's Magic Cast On.